Do you know you are to me like the wind and like the sea? So complete and wild and free. I ask myself, how can it be? You chose to spend your life with me.
When Well, hello. You are listening. If you don't know where you're at right now and you just found yourself here on the interweb, you're listening to Figjams. It's also printed in text for your viewing pleasure. I'm trying to. I put something over my mic, so if I sound all like stuffy and like there's a sheet of fabric over the mic. There is. I'm gonna see if my voice can be less harsh. It's not that it's like super grating, and I don't necessarily go back and listen to myself on these shows because I I can't stand to listen to myself. And I know sometimes I'll go back though and listen to random clips from shows, and I'm saying some like insightful shit. I don't remember half of the things that I say, so maybe I should go back and listen to myself again so I know. I'd probably be saying the same shit over and over because I have short-term amnesia. But anyways, try not new things tonight. You are listening to Figjams Session 83. Not really a significant number. If that's your favorite number, sorry. It's a weird favorite number. 83 is not bad. The 3 kind of does look like an 8, and that's all symmetrical and nice, except it's not, because it's not symmetrical and nice, and they're not the same number, but so close. Maybe session 88 will do something a little special. I do like the repeating numbers. It's so close to satisfying that it's a little irritating. Just like right across the street is like 223 Himrod like Avenue, whatever. And if it was 222, I would very much enjoy that, but sadly it's not. So it just kind of like grates me every morning. I look outside and I'm like, damn, so close. So close, but we're not quite there. 222, twos are my favorite number. I take pictures of 2s every time I see them. I don't know what I do with them. I'm a hoarder, just like in real life. The phone is the exact same way. I think I have close to like 60,000 pictures, which, to be honest, for your whole life having 60,000 pictures, I don't really feel like that's. I mean, I've been on this earth 24 years. 60,000 divided by. Take about 2,500. That averages out 2,500 pictures a year. Even though we're also counting the adolescent years, which I guess would not. I do have a picture in my camera roll though from 2005. It's the first picture I have on my phone, and it's of like Sid from Ice Age. But it's from 2005, and I didn't even have a phone in 2005, so I don't know how like I have pictures from that time. There's a really weird theme of like the first picture in my camera roll is Sid the Sloth, and then it goes on and it gets a little weirder, and then like 14 pictures in, so we're in like 2007, there just starts to be screenshots of like ground beef, and they're like sprinkled throughout the next couple years. I don't know where they came from, so my phone's haunted, I guess. Somebody's taking. It's not even ground beef. It's like filleted like sheets of beef. Like it's kind of gross. And I don't know where they came from. As for music tonight, I have okay, stay with me here. So it kind of bounces all over the place. I just played those songs because I wanted to play them. The Wedding, that first song that I played, is freaking amazing. Choral music, choral music, really knocks me the right way. Or just a cappella versions of songs, I guess. That makes me think there's an a cappella version of somebody that I used to know, but when I say a cappella, I just mean like it's a dude and he's singing, but it's not like people making all the instrument noises with their mouths. It's just like a solo track, like an isolated singing track, and he calls it, and it's a cappella. Let me see if I can figure out which one it is. I don't know if I can find it. It shouldn't be that hard to find, but acapella is hard to come by nowadays. I'll find it for you, and I'll. It's not this one, is it? I think this is it.
Now and then I think of when we were together, like when you said you felt so happy you could die.
It's not. It was a woman. That's so. I keep on finding the most like underground shit on Spotify because I added a song to this playlist today, this morning. It was on Spotify, and like just 10 hours later, it is not. This is a video of me. This is crazy. This is the first Figjams I think I've ever seen with like video footage of myself, and it's kind of tripping me up. Anyways, somewhere out there in the world, there's a really good acapella version of. It's not even good. Okay, it's just funny. It's actually quite terrible. But if you find it, I'll find it for you. Don't worry about it. I know what the people want, and what the people want is somebody that I used to know a cappella, and I'm working on it. What I do have planned, music-wise, for the show tonight, though, is kind of a mixture. So I was trying to find like a word or a phrase or like a feeling that I could tie like all of these different genres I'm pulling from, and they are kind of a little all over the place. But I went to a house show, and I noticed that a lot of bands here, I mean, just from people from the house show, from the crowd, from the people that I talked to at the bar that have been recommending me music, it seems like New York's kind of on like a post-hardcore grind is what I'm gathering. Post-hardcore, I guess you can call anything freaking Midwest emo now. But Midwest emo is like a big thing, and I'm like, yeah, that's my roots. So I've been recommending people some shit. People have been giving me Midwest emo bands, because that's definitely not like my top genre for sure, but it is one that I'm getting a little bit more interested in because, you know, I'm trying to fit in with the scene. This house show was insane though, and I will be playing you guys the voice recording that I took there. And I went back and listened to it, and I was like listening to it with my roommates, and they're like, this is on a voice recording, like it sounds so clear. And I literally had this shit like in my pocket recording, and the audio sounds pretty good. So I'm gonna play that for you later on in the show, so you have that to look forward to. But we have Midwest emo like / post-hardcore, and we're gonna switch back and forth between that and like lo-fi music. And when I say lo-fi, I'm not really talking about like Lo-Fi Girl like on YouTube, even though that shit rocks. Lo-fi as in, here, I'll read you. I looked up the definition because I was like, I know in my head, I think I know what lo-fi is, but and I was like right on the money too, but my idea of lo-fi was like a little bit different than I think the lo-fi the genre is. So it's like stripped back, just like lower quality, right? It said it's like low fidelity, relaxed, unpolished, introspective, contains like a bunch of like audio imperfections, hisses, statics, distortions, like stuff like that, which is kind of right on the money, because I was thinking lo-fi was just like things that sound like distant, like far away. And so that's what the theme of the show is tonight. Is like distant. The lo-fi sounds kind of far away, and then just the Midwest emo and other additions, surprises I've made to the playlist. I have a little bit of a really nostalgic section. So is the theme I guess we're rolling with is the distance. Like, it's kind of finally setting in. I mean, I've been in New York for a week now, a little bit over a week, and like I'm here. I'm definitely here to stay for a while for sure. But I knew the second week would be the hardest, and that is proving to be quite true. So I needed something to pull me back a little bit, and that's what this playlist is for tonight. So we're gonna start with another space song by Failure. This is from the Fantastic Planet album, and I hope you guys enjoy. Thanks for tuning in to the 83rd session of Figjams. I hope you guys enjoy. Time will
glass. I was overcast by 2,000 fluorite castles. I was overcast by old god long dead cowboy billionaires.
Well, that brought me to a place. Man loves a bitch, huh? What do you guys think about that? There's just, music has a very funny way of like permanently embedding itself into like memories, at least for me. And I put that song in a playlist for my ex a long time ago, and I was just like laying here thinking about how I like it in a different way now. Like I can change, like I can change where songs can be in my brain. Like it can be multifaceted, like multiple people, spans over like multiple periods of time. But it does kind of suck when like music is ruined for you, like when you just can't do that with a song, and you like just kind of are fucked on that song forever because it reminds you of like terrible times. And not even terrible times, like I respect pain. I'm a motherfucker who respects pain, okay? I understand its function. I understand why we need to experience it, and like that it's a beautiful thing, because you always get, pain is an indicator. Well, okay, maybe that's not true broadly. I was gonna say pain is an indicator that like you're doing something right, and like maybe that's not true like physically, okay, like physical pain, because I was about to talk about some shit. I have been experiencing the worst pain of my entire life, and I think I do probably I should go to like a doctor or something, but being sorry, let me go off for a second. Being a woman is such a painful fucking existence, and being like emotionally sensitive on top of that is just like you have things hitting you from like left and right field and underneath and over top your fucking head, like things coming at you all the time. And like I can't really describe in words what cramps feel like to people who don't experience them. And the only thing that I was like kind of sticking on, like I've been sitting here for like 10-15 minutes trying to think of like a thing to compare like period cramps to, and like I guess like you get like a cramp in your foot, and you know you have to like stand up and step on it, but if you curl your toes even harder, you know that feeling when like you're already getting a cramp and you like lean into the cramp and make the cramp harder. So like it would be that, but I can't describe it to you. It's a horrid thing that happens to your body. You feel like you're about to shit your pants and throw up at the same time. The pain is just unbearable. And that was me last night, so I didn't sleep very well. And I just ate a fat plate of food and took a fat nap and woke up probably like 10 minutes before my show, and I was like dazed and confused. Yeah, we're doing it. So that's the best fucking feeling in the world. I love a good nap. Y'all, if y'all are nap haters out there, I suggest you try a little bit harder, or I got this comforter, and this is not an ad, but Buy Your Bed, like BY Your Bed, that brand. If you're looking to buy a fucking comforter, I think I bought a comforter from them when I was in like sophomore year of high school, and ever since then, like they're the only people, like they put some crack in this shit. I can't even, like they literally either sprayed it with essential oils or like something, because the comforter right out the package smells like heaven. Like it's insane. So yeah, I got, and they have really funny names for all of the types of comforters. So I got a coma inducer, and the second I laid my head on that pillow, I was gone. It was supposed to be a 20-minute nap. I was gonna play some Stardew with my little brother, and that's not what happened. It was the perfect food coma pain coma inducer concoction, and I was done for. So that music that just blessed your ears, yes, that was Glass Beach, Pretty good band. I have only listened to a few songs in the album, honestly, and the album is quite cleverly titled The First Glass Beach Album. I really like when people are just like straight up with things. You don't really have to guess what they're talking about. There's no metaphors. This is what it is. And that's kind of what I respect about New York. Like, all of the bodegas and shit are just named like what they are. Like, the name of the store will just be like deli, grocery and deli, thrift store, laundromat. Like, they're not real creative with the names around here. I'm gonna be real with you, but I kind of respect it, honestly. Just straight up tell me what it is. That's all I'm asking of you. But yeah, kind of a painful listen. I don't know. Midwest emo, it takes me to a different place than like the actual Midwest, because to me it doesn't feel like a something that I've experienced, but it's like a past life or a future life or whatever. Like, I don't think of it's so weird to try to describe what goes on in my head when I listen to music, but most of the time like, I create a place in my head, and Midwest emo doesn't really have a place. It's just kind of a general nostalgic feeling, but nostalgic for something that I have not experienced. I get that a lot. I get really nostalgic for things that I haven't experienced. One of those things is like Jack the Ripper era England. Like, that brings on some sort of nostalgia for me that I have no clue where it comes from. All I have to believe is like that had to be a past life or something. I don't know. Like, I don't know why I feel such. There are certain things that I do feel very strong connections to, and Midwest emo is one of them, but in an odd way that I'm finding difficult to describe. Before that, some Sonic Youth. I really haven't dug into the Sonic Youth yet. One of the bands we went to, well, there was no bands, but there was an open mic last night that we went to, and nobody had came to the open mic, but we just stayed and like talked and hung out, talked to the bartender a little bit, just at this bar like right down the street, and they have like so many band names on the wall and like pictures of bands that I have never heard of. Like, maybe 3 bands, like Deftones I think was on there. Just like 3 bands on the entire wall of probably like hundreds of bands I recognize. So I started writing down a list of all those bands, and I think either next show or the show after that I'm gonna deep dive into them. I just wrote down the names that sounded cool, but all of the bands on the walls were like 4-man boy bands, so I'm afraid I'm gonna get some of the same sound with that, but we'll see. I have been slowly collecting more music while I've been here, expanding on like my libraries that I already have, but at the same time, like, I don't think I would have gotten into such like a, and I don't even know if it is Midwest emo, let's just call it like post-punk hardcore, something in that genre. I don't think I would have gotten into that if it wasn't for this house show that I had went to, and it was like 30 people, and they're blasting like huge speakers. They are not holding back on this shit. It's like hard rock in someone's backyard in the middle of Brooklyn, and there are neighbors, like, there, you know, there's like skyscraper, or what I would call skyscrapers. I guess people here would not call them skyscrapers, but like big buildings all around, at least 100 windows on you at all times, and they're blasting this shit. It was a crazy experience, and I'm really glad my neighbor invited me to that, because that was my first like taste of New York music, or like New York local bands even. So I'm really excited for this bar that's down the street. Maybe things will be happening with them involving Figjams, but that is for the future. I don't like to talk about things before they happen. That is so not true. I don't stop talking about anything. So, but I'm developing a new personality. Okay, I don't like to talk about things before they happen. So stay tuned for all that shit. We're gonna switch from that post-hardcore sound to more of like a grating sound. We're gonna get a little lo-fi. We're gonna get a little distorted up in here. So I don't know, I kind of went all over the place. Like, you can take because the definition's like introspective, distant sounding music. So you can take that a lot of ways. So I took it in every single possible way I probably could. We're going to start off strong. Here's fanfare for the... I've never tried to say this out loud. Fanfare for the Naran Ratan by Naran Ratan on Figjams.
Trust, you know how to take it. Love, you know how to fake it. And I will be there beside you. The camera eye, the drug is just to be near you. Well, I can take rejection. What does it take to get your attention? 'Cause you're a man of the people, a man of the people, and I'm just part of the plan. Lying like a dog, think of all I would undo. Now anyone would go, but I got nowhere to go to. And what is left of us? Now there's only the cinders. Ambition froze me out like a demonic winter. Well, I can take rejection. does it take to get your attention? 'Cause you're a man of the people, a man of the people, and I'm just part of the plan. Hey, well, I can take rejection. What does it
to find a piece of you.
that song was blowing my mother freaking mind last night when I was awake at 3 a.m. and I couldn't go back to sleep. I just sat here and listened to music. Panning's pretty good at that one. If you don't listen to the show with headphones, I do recommend you listen with headphones. Also, if you want to send me good headphones, text me. I'll give you my address because I have okay headphones, but they kind of, I don't know how they do this, but they like skip like a record sometimes. Like I have to plug it in a very certain way and like twist it around to just the right spot so it doesn't like skip over the songs. But it's like electronic headphones, so I don't completely understand why or how that happens. It's kind of nice sometimes. Most of the time it kind of sucks. I am gonna play you some of the voice memos, some of the recordings I took of this house show, and I don't honestly know how good they are. I mean, I listened to a little bit of one of them, but there's a 2-minute one and a 5-minute one, so I'm gonna see what I got here. I take voice memos of everything. Maybe one show I just won't play music and we'll just go through all my voice memos. It's a lot of shit. I take voice memos like I would take like pictures, honestly. In my head, they kind of fill the same role. Sound is as vivid as picture for sure. So this is a band called Painter, and I'll put the social media in the chat, but I think they're just like a smaller local New York band. I mean, we were at a house show and there's probably about 30 people out there, but really good shit. So here is the recording from the house show. Dude, I didn't know it caught that last bit. I find that shit so funny when you're at live shows and like you don't really know when the song's over and no one else knows when the song's over, so everyone's just kind of like standing there, and nobody claps yet. I love that so much. That's an indication of a pretty good song, I would say. There's another 5-minute recording and I kind of want to see. Yeah, fuck it, we're gonna listen to this one too. I think it may be 2 songs. There were a bunch of bands that played, but this band for some reason was really speaking to me. So yeah, as you can see, some pretty hard shit for sure. That lead singer from that band later on that night was like, I was talking about like, yeah, I just moved from Missouri, and they're like, okay, we're gonna adopt you, and so we hung out with them for a little bit. It seems like a pretty cool group, honestly. I'm meeting a lot of very, very cool people, but it was making me think of, so for the thumbnail for this video, it's a hat, like a camo hat, and everything you like I've never even heard of is on the hat, and that's kind of what I've been feeling like lately here a little bit. It's like everything you like I have never even heard of. Like people up here, I mean, everyone's different. Not everyone, but a lot of people are transplants in the city, so everyone's from everywhere. But there's definitely a theme with people that have been here for a while, and at least the people that I've met a lot of people from NYU, and I don't know if that just like everyone is so interesting, but a lot of the things that people talk about, like I have no clue what people are talking about, and there's a lot of like subtle things that I notice differences in, especially like the first night I went to a party up here, and I was asking people like for their Snapchats or something, or I was like, oh, because someone was asking for like contact info, whatever. I was like, do you have Snapchat? And they looked at me and then like looked at their friend and started laughing. And they're like, you guys use Snapchat in Missouri? And I was like, what? Yeah, I mean, yeah. Apparently people don't use Snapchat up here, and I did it once again. Like I went to the house show and I forgot, and I asked someone again what their Snapchat was, and they were like, we don't use Snapchat. No one uses that up here. I find that really fucking weird. It's not that weird. I mean, it's a terrible app anyways. But like people really look at you strange if you ask for their Snapchat, is one of the things that I've learned. But I'm practicing observing a lot more. I'm not the most observant gal. If you know me IRL, you know that I'm not the most observant person. So I've been having to work on that too, because you know, like you gotta be aware of your surroundings and shit. So I'm just kind of like taking a step back and like trying to take everything in. So I don't get so overwhelmed. I did kind of fall into that mindset for a while of like trying to gather as much information as I can of other people, and like try to fit in a little bit, and like match what people are doing, and just kind of like go with the flow, I guess. But I don't know. I don't think that, I mean, I'm gonna learn the New York ways, whatever, but I don't know if my goal is to become a New Yorker, right? I just kind of want to be a Midwesterner in New York. Like I'm okay with that. I'm content with just it's a confusing time because I am like developing my own person. I mean, I'm turning 25. I feel like I'm finally like coming into like who I am, but also like in like a crazy amount of people who all act differently, but New Yorkers do have a certain like air about them. I don't know. So we'll see if I change as the streaming goes on here. You can watch it happen IRL, I suppose. But I don't think I'm planning on losing much of myself. Well, I guess no one does. So I guess what happens. Let's just listen to some more Midwest emo though. We are like 9 songs in, and it's already 9:20. So this is about to be a longer show for you for sure. We're gonna finish up the Midwest emo type of sound. Here I have a few more songs for you, including a dog race song, which reminds me of the second band that came on during this house show. Is more like a, I don't know, you'll understand when you listen to it. It's like when people like indie songs that are kind of screamy, but also like a lot of like talking, parts. You get the drift. Emo as hell. We're gonna start out with Wire though by Worth Kids on Figjams. Thanks for listening.
I am the wire, but I won't trip it. Eyes on the prize, or you might miss it. Keep it in the neat and tight circle, don't spill it. News of the car crew on the road civic. Lips in the wind like death from above, like death, like the dog, no ribs in the snake. You're
rose bush is bursting into season. European necklace, itchy feeding. Sawflies haunt the rose bees, they ponder what is destined. She wonders if she'll ever breathe or she'll be out of nature. Oh no, he won't leave me alone. I owe my life to him, but it's just a situation. If I wage a war with life, I'll never make a parent. I call it a long time with pesticide chrysanthemum. It's a squeeze. It's not the love. 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 It's not the love.
I'm gonna find my damn microphone. I'm putting together a poem viewing for you because I was gonna speak it to you, but I find that a little cringy. So we're just gonna look at pictures and you can read. Coming up after this next break of music I have. We're gonna go back to lo-fi after this. I am finding my music taste is all over the place. I'm less settled in like my favorite songs and shit. It's really based off like what I'm hearing around me, and I'll like curate my taste to that a little bit. And so I think next show is just gonna be something a little bit more basic. Like my idea was songs that make me want to make music, which is just another way of saying like I'm just gonna play my favorite songs. But I have been adding to my like songs a lot more than normal. I think I'm like on like a music intake mode right now, and like that makes sense to me because I'm in like a strange place doing strange things, and so that's kind of like the comfort that I go for, especially with lo-fi music. I don't know, I have very many playlists that I feel like the lo-fi kind of fits into. Most of it's like melodramatic, I think, which makes sense with like the just like introspective music, and I don't even know what the fuck that means. Like what is not introspective music, but just songs that like I guess let you like slow down a little bit. I find like video game soundtracks to be one of the most like soothing things for my brain. I was just playing Amori earlier, and that soundtrack is really really good for the noggin. Same with Undertale, like just that type of like 8-bit game, melodramatic, liminal type music. So here is some of that for you. Here's Falling Down a Well by Jack J on Figjams.
Sometimes the list is drawn to fire. And aftermath, pulled aside by watchful eyes of feeling so divine. I'm always trying to deny.
Baby, it's fine. Baby, it's fine. You interrupt my sleep again. When you visit like it's no big thing. Dream diary sets the mood for the morning light. Blue morning, all my heroin sweat. You tell me that you don't regret. Baby, it's fine. Baby, it's fine. You're a premonition, just in time. And you interrupt my sleep again. When you visit like it's no big thing. It's my dream diary sets the mood for the morning light. Blue morning, all my heroin sweat. You tell me that you don't regret. You don't regret. Dream diary sets the mood for the morning light. 4:05 a.m. You interrupt my sleep again. If you wanted to hang out with me during the day, sunlight feels like. If you wanted to hang out with me during the day, sunlight feels like. If you wanted to. Sunlight feels like peace. Sunlight feels like
I saw 17 pink sugar elephants sitting under a chestnut tree. tree. I said good morning, pink sugar elephants, but they wouldn't speak to me. Each had two eyes, but they couldn't see me there. Each had four legs, but they couldn't go anywhere. And so we just sat that early autumn morning, sun not yet risen, and magic everywhere. Na 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 na, na 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 na, na 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 na. I walked up to one pink sugar elephant, asked why wouldn't he speak to me, but he was a factory-made pink sugar elephant, given to children for treats after tea. He had two eyes, but he couldn't see me there. He had four legs, but he couldn't go anywhere. So we just sat that early autumn morning, sun not yet risen, and magic everywhere. Na 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 na, na 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 na, na 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 na.
Girl, skin, black, sweat. I like blue, I like red, and you like pink. Boy, tea, sky. I kiss you loud, I kiss you soft. My kisses will surround you, baby. Joy, no one can take away. Girl, skin, black, sweat. I like blue, I like red, and you like pink. Boy, deep, sky. Kiss you loud, I kiss you soft. My kisses will surround you, baby. Joy, no one can take away.
A very, very sad thing just happened. I dropped my joint out my window. So it's a sad day on the Eastern Front. Everyone pour one out for that little guy. Hopefully the rats get a little hit from her. What a sad... I'm not gonna think about it. That's such a tragic little thing to happen on a Wednesday night. How you guys rocking with the Wednesday night shows? We still vibing with it? I do very much so enjoy this like middle of the week pick me up. I have thought for a while about a weekend show, and I might do like a little like special one of these times, and just do something on the weekend, see what the vibe's like, because you never know unless you try it out. it is a little confusing for me now that I'm an hour ahead, and so show starts at 7 in the Midwest, so up here it's 8. But I stay up a little later anyways, especially with the bartending gigs I'm gonna try to get here soon. So it's same things, different place, honestly. I am very much so enjoying New York, though, if you were curious. It's a different time. There's gonna be their own challenges, like whatever. I found myself switching my mindset, and I forgot exactly what I was saying, but I was at this house show talking to my neighbor, and instead of being like, because initially what I was gonna say was something about how like terrifying all of these people are, but instead of that I thought about it, and then I said like exciting. Like I said the same thing that I was thinking, but instead I substituted the word exciting instead of terrifying. And it does kind of switch your mentality. Shockingly enough, the language that you use does does affect how you feel. So we're coming to epiphanies over here, and I've definitely got to switch my mindset of being terrified, because I am, to just being excited. I mean, there's a lot of emotions going on, but the other day I went to go sit at the park for a little bit, and just watching people, the amount of people that walked past me in that fucking park was insane. I mean, it was just like a Monday night, a Tuesday night even. I forgot. My days are blending together. This is the unemployed friend speaking to you now. But I put my book down and just was like looking in one direction, kind of like fixated on a tree or something, and counted the people like walking by me, and everyone's doing their own things, and it's so nice. And then I walked around the block and bought a lavender tree. So I walked a lavender tree back like 5 or 6 blocks down the street, and it's a big guy, so it's like in my face as I'm walking, so all I'm smelling is just like lavender, walking down the street, watching these people. And it's kind of interesting. Like I've noticed, I don't know, I'm in a town full of strangers. I feel like that's criminal to call New York City a town, but I'm in a town full of strangers, so there's no personalities to uphold, I guess. So I'm just talking to like anyone and everyone that I see on the street. I mean, if someone's got a dog, I'll bend down and start talking to him. I also just kind of want an excuse to hang out with animals, because I'm definitely missing my own. Speaking of missing home, I'm gonna play a little special section of my nostalgia music. 3 songs. The third song I'll slide through the little poetry bit I found, and that's how I found the song too. So on Gloryland, if you want to share your eyes with the screen, you can read some poetry that I am too I'm too me to read out loud. But we're gonna start with some Alice in Chains. Here's Nutshell on Figjams.
If you have friends in glory land who left because of pain, thank God up there they'll die no more. They'll suffer not again. Then weep not, friends, I'm going home. Up there we'll die no more. No coffins will be made up there. No graves on that bright shore. The lame will walk in glory land. The blind up there will see. The deaf in glory land will hear. The dumb will talk to me. The doctor will not have to call. The undertaker, no, there'll be no pain up there to bear. Just walk the streets of gold. We'll need no sun in glory land. The moon and stars won't shine, for Christ himself is light up there. He reigns of love divine. Then weep not, friends, I'm going home. Up there we'll die no more. No coffins will be made up there. No graves on that bright shore.
She yearns for the mountains. Very much so. While New York is a beautiful place, I do quite love Missouri with a burning passion. And I'm really excited to come back. I know I haven't been gone that long, but it's gonna be a struggle. New York is very beautiful though. Walking down the streets with my little lavender plant. We also stopped at this record store down the street, and there's some cats in there, and one of them was like getting all up on me, and it like jumped up on me and put its paws like back behind my neck and like literally gave me a hug. It's very cute shit. Our neighbors are very nice, and people have been like hanging out with us at the bars and like buying us drinks and talking to us about the city and stuff, and everyone's super welcoming. And I'm really excited for what is to come. What is to come is also me not being unemployed. So we'll stay tuned for that one. I got a few to finish you out tonight. One of them magically within the 4 hours that I added it to this playlist fell off Spotify. So if you want to go to the playlist link in the description and really and you know how to read and type Russian, go for it. Was really excited about this one. I will have to do a like Russian music show here soon. I don't think I've ever done that, which is really surprising. Lots of ideas in the works. Okay. My brain is full on marinating right now, so I'll be putting this playlist together for you. Seth's shooting some new B-roll of New York, and I'm really excited to start doing the show here and also potentially set up shop in one of the bars down the street for live recordings. So we will see what adventures are to come. If you like the music, come back next week, same time, same place. Every Wednesday night, 8 p.m., 7 p.m. Central. Hope you guys have a good one out there. Stay curious. Here's Birds, Birds, Birds by Robinson's Village, and I will see you guys next week. Peace out.
I knew that I could love you. When I look away, I see your eyes on me. I know sometimes it's hard and nothing seems right. I know when you look away, you're trying to find peace of mind. All the people sleep. They all wake up to only you and I. See the sunrise, dream the dream. Walk by pavement within the place where you and I lay. I knew that I would find you. Always leave the same way to the same place. Sometimes I hold my hand.